Xera here. So I just wanted to put out a quick video on some ways to get around high ping that you'll sometimes encounter in Conan Exiles. I usually see this on my official servers. I don't have a private server, but from the private servers I see listed, they don't seem to have the same issue. But let's hop right into the video. Do keep in mind that this is just a workaround the high ping. It doesn't actually have fixed the root issue of high ping. So like I know mine is probably because of my internet service provider. Yours could be graphics card related or a virus or anything in there. You'd have to do a little bit of research. But getting into this, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit the launch button here on the Funcom launcher and log into Conan Exiles. Alright, so here we are on their main menu. We're going to select Play Online and we're going to select our server type. So I play on PvE, so we'll select PvE. And we wait for the servers to load. Alright, so here we are. These top three are my favorite servers to play on. You can see my ping over here is at 467 on my Isle of Siptah, 309 on my 1730 server, and 419 on my 1735 server. So if we try to click on 1735 and we try to say join, it'll pop up with this error message. Can't join server. Your ping is higher than the maximum allowed ping on the server. So if you don't know where to find the maximum allowed ping on the server, if you look over here at this menu, down on the very last line it says max allowed ping is 200. So my ping right now is at just over double the maximum allowed ping, so it won't let me log in. And there's a couple of ways we can get around this. The first way, we are going to use Alt-Tab and minimize this screen, and we are going to go ahead and open up a new internet window. And we're going to go to a website called trackyserver.com. Okay, it's in there. You just hit enter. And here we are on the Tracky server webpage. Now there are several different games here. Today we are playing Conan Exiles, so we're going to click on that. Alright, and then it pops up with just servers. So you can see official server 1120, it's a PvP, whatever. We're going to do my server, so it's official server 1735, and we're going to hit enter. Okay, official server 1735, and it is PvE. Right down here in this box below that lists our IP address, which is the 172.107.182.140, and our port number, which is 28,000. And we can just copy all of this text in this box and then go back into our Conan Exiles. Okay, we're going to click this direct connect button down here in the bottom left hand corner, and we're going to paste the text we just copied into this box. Okay, so we have our IP address and then our port number, and they are separated by a colon, and you're going to say okay, and it will load you straight into this server bypassing your high ping. Alright, there we are. It's dark out, but you can see here I'm on my server. There's my horse, my thrall's over there, and it's all good. Alright, we bypassed our ping. We're in the clear. We can play, shouldn't have any real issues. Alright, so for the second way to achieve this same goal, we're going to exit out to the main menu. Essentially, you're going to go through the same steps after you get your IP address, but getting your IP address is maybe a little bit easier this next way. So if we minimize this, and we can close this, we don't need it anymore. We are going to go to our File Explorer, okay, and we want this PC. Mine's on my storage drive E. We're going to go into our Steam folder. We're going to go into Steam Apps, Common, then we're going to go into Conan Exiles, that's the game that we're playing. We are going to go into Conan Sandbox. Then we're going to go into the saved, okay, so it's down here at the bottom, and then the config folder, and then into Windows No Editor. Now, you're going to find your game.ini, and you're going to double click on that, and that'll open up this lovely window of information here. And all we're really going to do is we're going to scroll down a little ways until we find where it lists our servers. And so you scroll for a while. So right here, favorite servers. So you'll see that I have 4 servers listed here, okay? I have my 1735, my 1730, and my 6158. And then I have this 1736. So I don't actually have a character on 1736, but I wanted you to see that if you wanted to get into a certain server, if you favorite it, and then you come in here, you can connect to that server because it'll list its IP address. Okay, so this is that IP address for server 1736, which I do not currently have a character on. I've never logged into this server, but the IP address is right there. And so is the port number. So it's 28,100. If I wanted to direct connect to this server and make a character, I would just put this IP address in here and then my port number. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll copy this IP address. Okay, and we're going to go back into our Conan Exiles. Again, we'll say play online. I'm going to say PvE. I don't think that it really matters. And we're going to do direct connect. So we're going to paste that in. We're going to put in a colon, and then it's 28,100 for the port ID on that server. And we're going to say OK. Now this should take us straight in to create a new character on 1736. Yep, and here we are at the character customization screen or character creation screen. This would work for either Isles of Siptah or the Exiled Lands. So when I was doing the Exiled Lands, I could not find any of their servers on Tracky server. So I'm going to open this back up. We're going to go back over there real quick. Okay, if I go into Conan Exiles, if I search official server, mine's 6158, and I hit enter, 0 servers found. So it doesn't show me the IP address or the port number for the Isle of Siptah servers. And I checked several different websites similar to Tracky server to see if any of them listed them, and they don't. So the best way to get those IP addresses for an Isle of Siptah server, if you can't log in, is through this File Explorer and then in the game INI, and just make sure you favorite the one that you want, and then it'll be listed. So like this is my Isle of Siptah here, so its IP address is 45.35.98.24, and it has a port number of 28,200. This is going to be the easiest way to get into an Isle of Siptah server if you haven't ever logged into one before. Just favorite the one you want to get into, and then come into your game INI information. All right, so with that being said, if we go back into our Conan Exiles, we're going to escape. We're going to quit the game, because the next way will show you how to just get into your last played session. Oh, didn't mean to minimize that. So if we click play again, and the Funcom launcher will come back up. Okay, so here we have our two buttons. We have launch, we have continue. So the first time we clicked launch, and that took us in to select our server type, and then to pick a server. If we click continue, this will take us into our last played session. So this will more than likely bring us into that 1736 to create a new character, although it may skip that one because we didn't actually log into a character, and it may put us into my 1735. I haven't actually tested this yet, so you guys are testing it with me here. And there we go. We know that it does take us into the last IP address and port number that we entered in, so it's bringing us in to create our character on official server 1735, or sorry, 1736. All right, so like I said at the beginning of this video, none of these will address the root cause of your high ping. However, they do give you access to the game even with high ping. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you learned something. Drop me a comment below if I didn't cover something well enough, and I hope to see you guys again. Thanks. Bye.